Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the weekend. It is Friday. How is everybody doing? Farmer G's in chat once again. Beating and wailing. How is that possible? I don't know. It is springtime here on Carpathian countryside. Means we got field prep, we got planting, we got seeding, lime, fertilizing. It may not look like it, but we did indeed complete our contract on our sugar beets. In fact, I worked for about an hour and a half earlier getting that all said and done. And then we fast forwarded through 4 months to get to this point. Tomorrow is FarmCon Day 1. Out here today was a whole lot of prep work. Getting ready. Lots of folks traveling. Crosshairs, welcome. Welcome. We were able to get about 40,000 liters of sugar beets in excess of that contract. I went ahead and kept them because we can make pig food with sugar beet as well. We got corn. Some corn. Gotta burn. Welcome. Genetic J, we race on Sunday. We race on Sunday. Practice on Wednesday. Today would be Friday. So Sunday afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern is race time. That's because we got Optimus and Bergnus. Maybe he's doing something tonight. I don't know what he does. He does some ACC racing in his own. On his own in some league. Maybe they race on Fridays. Or maybe he was trying to get you to come in and practice on a Friday night. I don't know. Waylon, what is up? What is up? How you doing this evening, my friend? Crazy Sonoran, long time no see in the stream chat. What is up? Crosshairs, gotta burn, and Crazy Sonoran. What do y'all think of the premium expansion announcement? I don't know if I've heard your all's thoughts or not. With the premium expansion, we might have to ridge our fields now before we plant our potatoes. It sounds like we're going to have to ridge our fields before we plant carrots, parsnips, and red beets. Quite possibly that gameplay element is going to be expanded on potatoes as well. The two constants of life, either sleeping or working. Oh, gotta burn. That is absolutely fine. It's absolutely fine to not yet have an opinion. I will say that I feel I have a very well-rounded announcement video about the premium expansion. Well worth taking a few minutes and watching. We cover the new gameplay elements. We cover the new brands that are coming. The new crops. We cover the new map a couple different ways. But the high-level summary is we get 3 new crops in carrots, parsnips, and red beets. We also get a new gameplay element in the need to ridge our fields. So unlike right now in game where you plant potatoes, the potato planter ridges, that's what these are, right? Ridges your field. The new gameplay element will be you have to ridge your field before planting, and then you have a special planter that plants within the ridges. We're also getting new brands in order to have custom harvest and transport machinery for the new root crops, new productions, including the ability to do potato chips, a potato chip production, and a new Eastern European map with storks instead of crows, instead of blackbirds. That would be the premium expansion. They're also releasing a premium edition, and the premium edition is going to include everything released to date that has been a part of the Year 1 Season Pass, the Year 2 Season Pass, and the base game. So if you haven't already acquired all the content, maybe you only acquired a base game, or maybe you haven't acquired anything, the premium edition is going to be the, you know, the be-all and end-all edition, at least to date. Is it McAmmy? Welcome, McAmmy Chester. Good evening. Apparently I didn't need nearly this many potatoes in my planter. See if maybe there's a small plot of land I can buy somewhere. Use up these potatoes because you can't unload a potato planter. I think they fixed a bug, but there used to be a bug when FS22 released where you could unload a sugarcane planter. And it would unload as a pallet of seed. Hello everybody and welcome back to Carpathian Countryside. I was just saying that when FS22 first released, you could take a sugarcane planter, fill it with sugarcane because you could buy pallets of sugarcane from the shop in order to fill the sugarcane planter. And then you could unload the sugarcane planter, but it would spawn a pallet of seed. And 1,000 liters of seed was worth a lot more and cost a lot more in a shop than 1,000 liters of sugarcane. So it was a kind of a little hack of getting cheap seed would be to have a small sugarcane seeder or planter, buy sugarcane, fill it, and then empty it, and you get bags of regular seed. And I was mentioning that because you can't unload a potato planter. They won't let you do it. So any potatoes left in the planter, you either need to keep around in the planter until next time you plant, or you lose them, or you need to use them. I do wish you could unload a potato planter and have it unloaded as potatoes. That would be nice. Farmer G, indeed. Root crops will take more time now if you need to do an extra step in ridging. But I look at it this way. I look at it as being more realistic, if you will. More realistic. And, you know, to some folks are into that. Some folks are not. Right, that's fine. So field 14, let's go here. Field calculator. Field 14 is 1.1 hectares inside. All right, we have how much left? 48%, so we used about half. Is there another field that's 1.1 hectares in size? Field 27. Field 27 is the next smallest field. Field 27. Field 27. $47,000 to buy. Farmland 31. Oh, but it's currently grass. Yeah, we're not. All right, we're not messing with that. Oh, dang it. Well, Desert Ox, we have seen an image of a self-propelled DeWolf. I'm just calling it DeWolf. DeWolf harvester that's 4 rows. It's more than 3. I'll give you that. It's more than 3. Trevo1626, welcome. Thank you for the sub, Crosshairs. Zipper Buffo, good evening. Good evening. They are cut potatoes if you use they're seed potatoes if you use the Grimmy pack. But for the sake of brevity, I use just a regular potato planter. So the Grimmy pack doesn't change the type of potato that a regular potato planter takes. We had have a sprayer around here somewhere? I feel like we have a power washer around here somewhere. Maybe we don't. Oh, well, it really doesn't matter. Oh, it's right here. Oh, I just knocked some dirt off. Clean up the windows a little bit. No, we can't have. We can't have an ultra clean tractor. Oh, that's better. Okay. Okay. All right, catch you later. So, what's ironic is this field had lime on it. And then I bought the field. And then I did precision farming soil sampling. And basically said it needed lime. So that's a little disappointing, right? It'd be nice if it had lime on it. Then precision farming would give me the lime. Richard, that is correct. It is a correct statement. They will not be streaming FarmCon tomorrow. Sadly. Sadly. I don't know if it's lack of translators or lack of internet, but at any rate, supposedly it's going to be going up on the YouTube farm community channel afterwards. It is a major disappointment. From what I understand, there will be blog posts that will go live as the events go on. We just won't be able to watch and learn about the new stuff as it is being announced. So how's everybody's Friday been? I had a rather busy Friday. At least it felt busy. Worked this morning, then I had to mail something for the wife. That didn't take long. That took like a whole 20 minutes to do that. And then I went to Emergy Care because for about 3 weeks now I've been having an issue with one of my Achilles tendons. It's inflamed, it's irritated, it does not like stretching. Therefore, it does not like one walking in a normal stride. And is rather discomforting. Usually when it happens, I go to the foot doc, he gives me some roids. And the roids help knock the inflammation down because regular over-the-counter stuff Well, it's just not powerful enough. I finally got tired of dealing with it. And you know what? The doctor's booked until August. Like a month out. It's like, are you serious? So I went to emergency care to basically get some roids. 2 hours I'm in there. I'm in there for 2 hours. Sitting around waiting. Finally get the prescription. Run over to the pharmacy. Finally get that filled. I get back and up. It's the day's over. Grenade Racer, what's up? Charlie boy, good evening. Good evening. Well, Richard, you know, I think Pack 3 is going to be Dutes myself. I think Pack 3 of the Year 2 Season Pass, I think it's going to be Dutes for our stuff. Now, we got a classic Dutes, or not classic, we got a classic John Deere and a smaller John Deere last year when FarmCon was at the John Deere place. Now, those were just John Deere mods, right? But I'm wondering if Pack 3 of the Year 2 Season Pass, right, it comes up as a bonus pack. I'm wondering if the Pack 3 might be some Dude stuff. And if it doesn't release instantly with FarmCon, then maybe it will be announced at FarmCon and be available, you know, in the coming weeks. Fertilizer, the great lime texture deleter. So that is one working theory. Is that Pack 3 might be Dude stuff. We also have the mystery of the 6th map. I've talked about this a while. Talked about this also during the premium announcement. The premium edition comes with the base game, Year 1 Season Pass, Year 2 Season Pass, and it mentions that you would be able to do agriculture, animal husbandry, and forestry on 6 maps. Well, we know where 5 of the maps are coming from, but we don't know where the 6th map is coming from. At least not yet. Maybe we'll learn tomorrow or Sunday what's up with this supposed 6th map. Oh, bumps and hoses BG, that can keep you busy depending on how big you made it. All right. So, taters, check. Right. All we need to do is weed, and I think we're gonna herbicide that. Let me go back and make sure. Yep. All we need is to herbicide that. And we'll do that after the spuds come up. $3 million of silage. I tell you, that's that's what I like most about pumps and hoses is the buildable BGA. Okay. Let's fertilize this. Remember, we mowed this and collected grass off it the end of last year. So now we will now we'll focus on what else we can do here. So let's check our crop counter. We plant oats, sunflowers. We gotta do sorghum next month. We started packing a bunker. It's going to take us a while. Unless we buy something else and put more grass in. Crosshairs, what map are you playing? I mean, the lack of translators, that might be a good, yeah, that might be a thing too. Like, as you said. Because from what I understand, they are going to be streaming the FSL stuff. Right? So if they have bandwidth to stream FSL stuff, then they should have bandwidth to stream the other stuff. Translators, though, would be a different story. Okay. Precision farming. So fertilizer. Everything else is okay on pH. We probably could pH that, maybe. I don't know. All right, let's see here. What do we got? What state is everything in? Harvested, cultivated. Okay. So we were going to get caught up here. We need sorghum, wheat, sunflowers, and potatoes. We planted potatoes. I have wheat. I have wheat planted in field 4 and 16. Right? So we don't need wheat. What we need is sunflowers. We can plant sunflowers now. All right, so let's go and put sunflowers in field 1. Let's do that. Let's put sunflowers in field 1. Dwayne, what is up, sir? How's it going? Desert Ox, indeed I do. Indeed I do. Oh no, it's over here. Oh, yes, it has been a little bit warm. It was in the mid 80s here. A little muggy. A quick reminder. Where's my seed hopper? There it is. A very quick reminder about summer. Right? It's the end of June, and we really haven't had a lot of hot days. We haven't had a ton of hot days. But I think I think that is something that we will be experiencing in the coming weeks as we are moving into July. Tomorrow. Hard to believe half the year's already up, everybody. Half the year is gone. We're halfway to 2024. Some people, Desert Ox, prefer the colorblind mode being turned on, not because they need that in order to be able to see the differences in colors. It's just they like that contrast better. See, that's the idea of a colorblind mode, is that the colors have higher contrast between themselves, but I still find myself toggling things on and off to basically see what's blinking, to really see what's going on. So, you know, I'll go here and I'll zoom out. And I'll be like, all right, where's the sunflowers? Okay, there's the sunflowers, because I see that. Where's the sugar beets? Right, or I can go here, you know, what's ready to harvest? Right, and then I can just toggle things. And when I see them blink, then I know, all right, that is definitely, this. Well, it's like corn and soybeans. Depending where corn and soybeans are, I could mix those two up. They're a little close. At least for me. Why are you not letting me fill up with seed fertilizer? There we go. Okay. Let's head on up there. We're gonna put sunflowers in one field. We're gonna put sorghum in another field. And we might just plant corn in that last field. Well, in colorblind mode, like, barley's white, and I think wheat is a bluish color. At least I think it is. Wreath. Everything that I score a map on is what I'd like to see in a mod map. I think every mod map should be able to sell everything that you can grow and or produce in the game. I think a mod map should have the ability for you to sell everything at the main farm so that you can rearrange the main farm however you want. I think mod maps should be using the latest texturing methods. So buildings, grounds, textures, and all that look just as good as Giants made buildings. I think things should be easily locatable on the farm and at the sell points. Beyond that, everything else is just up to player preference. But those are the bare minimum things that I think every map should be able to do. There's absolutely zero reason why every map couldn't score a full 5 out of 5 on my videos. It's absolutely zero reason why they couldn't do that. Other than modders, you know, desire to do their own thing. Just fine. Grenade Racer, that would indeed be the case. It is also a... oh my gosh. Oh, I need to change it. Like a doofus. There we go. Okay, there we go. Well, Crosshairs. It's the channel you're watching. It would be one's initials. Now, I'm fine with maps having required mods. Maps on the Giants Mod Hub having required mods is perfectly fine because if you embed Schultz's Sell Nowhere mod, right? If you take a Sell Everything mod and embed it in your map, well, he gets no credit for it other than maybe if you're so gracious to have supplied credit to him in the description. Right? He gets no other residual credit for you using his work. But if the mod is required and then linked, so you have to download it standalone from the Giants Mod Hub, then he gets credit. He gets full credit for the download of that mod. And that's all we can ask for, is to give modders the full credit that they are due for their creation. Because Giants does incentivize modders by paying them a small commission per unique download for their mod. So I don't have a problem with required mods. But what I don't like is when a map has, let's say, I mean, come on, seriously. A map has, let's say, cows built in, right? Your starting farm has cows. Your starting farm has chickens. But let's say there's no way for you to sell the milk or the eggs that those produce. That is a failure of the map maker, in my opinion. I shouldn't have to put something down in order to get rid of something that I can naturally make. If there's sheep on the map, they produce wool. I should be able to sell wool. If there is a spinnery on the map, I should be able to sell fabric. I shouldn't have to buy or place a sell point for fabric. I shouldn't have to buy or sell a tailor in order to make clothing from that fabric. In order to make any sheep that I buy already usable. Alright. Who's the heathen? Schultz is a heathen. Right now, he can't do much without heating up his house. He's got to get a fan. Yeah, I mean, the outdoor pins still need water. It's just they made the buildings kind of water themselves. But the outdoor buildings still have enough water. Perfect. Genetic J was saying something about you were saying you were going to be racing today. That would be correct. Grenade Racer, yeah. I shouldn't have to go and get something else in order to be able to do everything I can do on the map. So yeah, we're gonna put, obviously we're putting sunflowers in here. We're gonna do sorghum, maybe in that field just above the wheat, which leaves this field up here at the top kind of unused. Let's come back and fix that. It's going to be unused, but if we... Oh, look. Yeah, that's some good money there. If we do this, we need corn, barley, canola, and that. We're not going to do canola, because I would have to take a year to do canola. But we might put... I'm going to put corn down. Ah, that's an awful big patch of grass. That's an awful big field for grass. At least for the size of stuff I'm going to use. No, it's not over 75 hectares, but of course, I'm not using the size of stuff that you are. I also don't have the time to put into doing all that work. If I were to convert a field of grass, I would convert field 15. I don't want to go all the way over here. Grass. I honestly only need it for silage. I can make hay off. I can make plenty of extra hay off of contracts. As far as, you know, there aren't any fields. There aren't any fields nearly that big here on this map. Your largest field is going to be field 9 at 21 hectares. Well, field 9 is big. Yeah, field 9, sorry. Field 9 is 21 hectares or 58 acres. Yeah, they're going to add carrots, they're going to add parsnips, and red beets. David, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. How is your Saturday going? I have officially started my 4.5-day weekend. It's always good to sleep in every so often. I'm hoping I can sleep in till 9:30 tomorrow. Myself. Then I'll get up and catch up on the farm sim information. Because by then, by 9 a.m., FarmCon, the first day of FarmCon is effectively done. By 9 a.m. my time. Because I'm 6 hours behind. And 9 a.m. would be 3 p.m. Giants time. And by 3 p.m., they are pretty much wrapping up the day one presentations. We got the 3rd off because it's on a Monday, and we'd have Tuesday off. And realistically, how many people would take Monday off? And the amount of people that would actually be working, air quote, working on a Monday with Tuesday off would be so low, they're just like, forget it, right? Just we'll make that another holiday. We get 2 days of Thanksgiving because of that. Right, the holiday's on a Thursday. Nobody's coming back for Friday. Well, we also get basically a week off between Christmas and New Year's. Sometimes we get as many as 10 days off between Christmas and no, not 10 days. Well, if you count weekends, 10 days. Depending on how Christmas falls. Like, if Christmas falls on a Wednesday, is anybody really going to be working Monday or Tuesday? Alex, thank you. Thank you very much, Richard. And Courseplay, what? We're not using Courseplay. I have stopped. I have not used Courseplay since about halfway through FS19's lifespan. It may be better, but I basically got tired of babysitting Courseplay and having to fix it constantly. I decided it would take less time if I did all the work myself than constantly going back and fixing it. Now, some people use it with great success, and good for you. But it just doesn't fit my style. Will it? A new. Where did you see that, Richard? Was that in a screenshot? Or in the trailer? I don't think I picked up on that. We have a ridged new texture. We have, well, the ridged texture, because we now can we have to ridge our fields before we likely plant carrots, parsnips, or red beets. Alex, I don't have favorites of anything. In the blog post. Did it say that, or was it like a picture? I want to go look it up. Crosshairs. The name of the map is literally the first two words of the title. let's go look it up. Let's look it up. Okay, here we are. So, okay. All right, so there's our DeWolf harvester, single row harvester for carrots. That is a ridged texture, right? That's like if you plant potatoes now, and there's a new gameplay element where you have to ridge your crop, and then this is a special Couverland planter that is planting crop in the ridges. There's a new brand sprayer. That is a cultivated texture. Yeah, we don't see a plow texture here. There's your 4-row DeWolf self-propelled harvester. Let me get chat back up. Okay. We are using a Couverland planter. Yeah, we're using. I don't know. Does he have a non-all-platform version of the map out somewhere? I know he was going to release a PC-only version. I haven't seen that release. Unless he decided to release that outside of the mod hub. Is that oh, I forget the name. Let's go back. They named some new brands here. Let's see here. Where is it at? WIFO, WIFO. We have new brands in DeWolf, Goranek, Agrio, and WIFO. So one of the presentations that we're going to have at FarmCon tomorrow is a presentation on the machines of the Premium Edition. Then there will be also a presentation on the map. Both of those presentations are tomorrow. Also tomorrow there's going to be a presentation about the 15 years of Farm Sim. I'm sure it'll be kind of a retrospective, looking back at all the different game versions and stuff. Then we have a presentation on the Farm Sim process. I think that's on Sunday. There is a presentation on Sunday about a third-party mod. Lots of us are thinking that is Creative Mesh's Straw Harvest, based on the post that Creative Mesh did on their Facebook. There is a presentation also on there's several presentations on modding and scripting. Crosshairs, I do not think. Well, crop dusting for 100% is possible on PC. In fact, there probably are crop dusters already out there on questionable sites and such. Will we ever see it on console? Probably not. It would most likely require scripts. Unless Giants implemented it, there's no custom scripts allowed on console. You can thank Sony and Microsoft for all the console restrictions. I don't think Giants would ever do crop dusting because I feel it's too specialized. Just like I don't think Giants will ever do irrigation. I think that's too specialized as well. Well, Grenade Racer, the core concept of FarmCon has always been about creating things for the game. So it's a convention for fans of the game and creators of the game, and going back FarmCon and FS17 timeframes, there would be presentations about modding. There was presentations about texturing, and there's a presentation about modding in Blender tomorrow. I mean, there probably is going to be a discussion about maybe things, scripting things that are new with respect to premium expansion. Possibly new scripting calls and things, but I don't think it's anything monumental. Well, the pivot's different. It's just fertilizing. All the pivot is doing is fertilizing. To be proper irrigation, there needs to be the concept of ground moisture. There needs to be the concept of a drought, of a reduced yield if you don't maintain a certain amount of ground moisture or crop moisture. Right now, the pivot just gives you your 1, 2, or 3 states of fertilizing. So, I mean, we had the idea of somewhat of crop loss due to drought to some degree in seasons of 19, where you could have random spots of the field would not yield. Either would not germinate because, you know, it was too dry, we won't see. I feel we won't see a 4X map on console until the game stops supporting the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Once the old platforms are officially dropped, then I can see support for those larger maps being potential. Because the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X have 16 gigs of shared memory. And that means probably there's about 13 to 14 gigs of usable memory for the GPU. And such. And then that would basically put those consoles on very much on par with medium range gaming PCs at this time. But with support remaining for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One that have far reduced memory, well, you're not going to get your 4MX maps. I don't see them releasing a map for one generation of console and not for both generations of consoles. Udo, what's up? Long time no see. Alright, so pretty sure that requires a cultivator. Which means we're gonna have to cultivate that soil. I want to do a little spot check. What can we plant this month again? Oat. Let's see if I can plant oat. Or if I need to cultivate. I think I need to cultivate with this thing. Nope. That's what I thought. Let's go cultivate. Then we can move into April. It should, yes. This should have a power harrow. It does have a power harrow, so it shouldn't require cultivation, but no. It does. Now I gotta figure out where I'll put it. Because I'm pretty sure, I mean, I got, yeah. Right here, show them that. It's over there. How about that's where I put it? Right there it is. So what does seating options do? Alright, we're off to the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Because we're gonna do fertilizing contracts. Yes, I do want to do you. I wish to do you as well, thank you. And I also wish to fertilize you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, speaking of that, this video is brought to you by Bad Habit and CBW Farms, LLC. Thank you for being farm barons. Let's go earn money while we have a helper do the monotony. Oh, base game seers and planners can direct drill. What do you mean by as well as a seed-only version? Like seeders and planters that have fertilizer? You don't need to use fertilizer. You don't need to fill it with fertilizer. Fat boy up. All right, let's go do some contracts. We appear to be dragging a sign. Yeah, you know, there's no wrong way to play. There's just ways to play that don't interest me. Right? I don't mind going through all the stages and all the steps to some degree. Well, the grind is part of the chill, actually. I mean, you're not going to see me do sugarcane. You're not going to see me harvest potatoes with this thing. No, not going to happen. But we grinded out a $38,000 contract on sugar beets. Took about 3.5 hours of real time. But it was $30-some thousand. Right? Fertilizing contracts, that's good money. Now we just spent a good fortune on fertilizer. But I'm counting on this load of fertilizer to hopefully do all of those fields. And that'll be another 33,000. And then heck, I could do these two. Right? So I get 10, 20, 30, 40. I could basically get 50 G's in fertilizing contracts. Probably in the same time frame that Mr. Helper over here is going to be cultivating. I did not do sugarcane with bird discs. 100%. Nope. Didn't do it. We did some sugar beets. But I don't think she wasn't doing sugarcane when I was still on that map. Not that I'm aware of. As far as I know, the last time I did sugarcane was when I showed off how to do sugarcane. Oh, maybe when that coffee map came out. Yeah, maybe we did sugarcane for a little bit when that coffee map came out. But that was just harvesting it for I don't know, probably to burn time. So I sent a tractor into orbit. I sent a tractor into orbit once when I was showing off the buildable buildings and animal pens on that small Mercury, was it Mercury Farms? That small alien gym map. Maybe it might go back all the way to FS17. Yeah, it probably does. Probably goes all the way back to FS17. I had put a tractor accidentally on top of a trigger, on top of like a feeding trigger, and I clicked the button to build the animal pen, and boom, the tractor flew into orbit. Yeah, Mercury, wasn't it? What was it? What was that little alien gym map? Mercury Farms, I think. Smaller than that. Smaller than that. There was a map where he had a little section of the map where he had trees and fields and trees and fields and trees and fields, like alternating in rows. I think it was Mercury Farms. Pretty sure that was also a map where he had, it was 17, he had gold nuggets. Yeah, Mercury. He had gold nuggets, and he had set it up so that there was this massive gold nugget. And it was on the other side of a collision wall. And there was no way for you to get to it. It was Alien Jim's version of Fool's Gold. That man has got some humor. He's got a really sick sense of humor. I love it. I don't know if he'll bring it to FS22. I don't know what his intentions or thoughts are on some of the older maps. I kind of get a sense that he wants to do new creations than to just bring forward the old, but you never know. I mean, Spectacle Island has always been a favorite. In 17, he had the feature of cleaning up the farm by cutting down little trees. And if you cut down the right tree, then the farmhouse got clean, right? As opposed to being run down. Alright, let's go hit the next one. We'll hit this one because it's right here. It's who cracking a farm sim joke? This will also help the yield on these fields if we do a contract on them later. Did I do a video on? I did a video on Valley Springs, but it's been updated since. I don't recall if those tractors were on there or not. But I would say if you walk up to them and you try to get into them and you can't enter them, then they're not usable. But they're coded in such a way that they thinks they're usable. They likely don't show up in your shop either, in your garage zone. If you are doing a FERC contract with precision farming on an unowned field, it defaults back to standard two levels of fertilization. That's why you see these fields of two different colors of blue. So if it's on precision farming, if you don't own the field, then it's basically doing base game values. So I have seen maps where when you walk up to something it says it's yours, but it's really just decorative. Now there used to be a way to hack. No. There used to be a way to hack fertilizing on a contract field with precision farming by turning off auto application rate and lowering your application rate to the lowest possible rate. You would still fertilize the field, but you would use less fertilizer in the process. So we just did this because I just thought about it. So we just turned off auto rate, and I lowered the application rate to the lowest level, so we can see down the corner we're ticking down pretty quickly. If we increase the rate to the max, then lower it all the way back down to the lowest part, we're not changing our application rate. So they seem to have fixed that little bit of a loophole, I think. So it doesn't seem to be changing my application rate here on this contract. But I don't understand that joke. already told you, crosshairs. Yeah, there is no target value because we're not applying variable nitrogen because we're on a contracted field. We haven't done the soil sample. So if you don't know the soil type, you can't apply the proper amount of fertilizer per crop per soil type. So since typically contracted fields don't have their soil mapped, you just apply a base amount. And well, thank you very much. 31. Field 33. Field 33 is right there. Thank you. Make as much money as we can. Off we go. I mean, it'd be interesting, right? But you'd have to build in logic. You have to build in logic such that soybean fields never had fertilizing contracts. Right, because soybean fields don't need nitrogen. So I can see that it was implemented this way from a standpoint of just simplicity. I do like you can have 3 contracts going, right? Of course, there's mods out there that let you do even more than that. Is anybody playing on that new Glenn Lethan? That's it, Glenn Lethan. This won't take long. What are y'all's thoughts on these holes that span fields? Right? Collisions or no collisions? What camp are you in? Are you in the collision camp or the no collision camp? Field 38. Where is 38? Sean's all about driving into things. I agree. If it's going to be there, make me have to go around it. Let's look back here. Where is 38? So we have 30, not 38's right there. Okay. Yeah, we're going to do that contract too. So we'll do 38, 37, 13 after this one. I mean, these aren't bad. They're semi in a straight line. Actually, those are kind of at an angle, but... Oh, you can use course play if you're on PC and do the island thing. Does it still have that? Alex, you can find all the mods I use over the Giants Mod Hub. I do not have a list. And trust me, the list is small. But if you want to see a list, I guess, right? Oh, yeah. This is at least a list of a short list. Alright, I won't run into that. So there's that list. And then there's that version of the screen. And then there's that version of the screen. And then there's the Z-Tour pack. That's all the mods that have vehicles or implements. Yeah, I mean, like I got a guy cultivating now because honestly, I figured if I did these FERC contracts, you'd see more of the map. It'd be more interesting than just seeing me go up and down all the time. Well, at least the guy wires now mostly have yellow plastic on them so you can see them. That used to not always be the case. Well, Crosshairs, I limit the mods in any one playlist to the mods that I expect to be actually using. And I find that I pretty much eliminate all potential for mod conflicts as a result. The further on the life of the game, the more and more players will experience mod conflicts. The more and more times they'll get frustrated and inappropriately blame the game for the problem when it's simply a combination of mods that they have activated. Yeah, we use GPS. We've got precision farming on. We have universal auto load, universal auto load add-ons. Yeah, Schultz, but you know when to diagnose a mod problem and not just arbitrarily blame a map or the game itself. And while you shouldn't have frame problems with that new card, right? You also understand that the more stuff you have, the more potential you're going to have for frame loss and stuttering. That's right. It's always someone else's problem, right? I mean, when that mentality goes all the way to the top and folks at the highest levels have that same thought process, it's no surprise everyone else feels that it can never be them. It's got to be always someone else or everyone else. Yeah, it's like, why is everyone else always an asshole? Well, you know, the percentage of chance that everyone that ever interacts with you is an asshole is pretty negligible to zero. Maybe one needs to look inside and decide why is everyone acting like that around me? Could it maybe be something I'm doing? But that would require too much self-owning of responsibility. Our current society is a society that takes zero responsibility for any of their actions, yet expects everyone else to somehow magically be responsible for their own actions. Which would then mean they themselves are being expected to be responsible for their actions by everyone else who's clearly not responsible for themselves or their actions. That is precision farming. That is doing any and all things on that mini-map. Did I finish this contract and not see it? Now it's done. Oh, a service society? Everyone is expecting everyone to service them while they service no one? We'll just use the same lines we had earlier. Yeah. Everything you see down the little mini map, right? All of that is precision farming. All that is this, right? Did a harvest contract on this the other day, last week. So if you're new to precision farming, I highly suggest checking out my multi-part how-to series on precision farming. You're going to find that in my how-to playlist. We also have videos on pumps and hoses, a multi-part video talking about pumps and hoses, and quite frankly, everything else in game is covered in that how-to playlist as well. It's fairly simple. Precision farming is once you kind of grasp the principles. And to some degree, it simplifies your gameplay. Because base game, you have to apply two fertilization passes. But with precision farming, you could, in theory, apply just one fertilization pass. Or apply 0 fertilization passes if you are... if you don't want to crop like soybeans. I have no idea what the Midwest pack is. What's the Midwest pack? Oh, is that ethanol thing? See, I did a video on the ethanol thing before its release. I think he's made some changes to it since. That would be in the new and noteworthy playlist. Any mod review or preview would be over there. Jabbo, what is up? How's it going? How's it over there in the Twitch land? Good to see you come over here to the red side, even if it's just to hang out. Us can't go to farm sim guys gotta stick together. Well, it's free. It's always free to hang out over here. There's less chaotic chat. I thought Twitch was blue. See, I don't even know the color it is. That's how confused I am by the platform. How are you enjoying the Pennsylvania 25 horsepower or less gameplay? We're just trying to maximize our revenues. Run some very, very lucrative fertilizing contracts. You know what? Perfect for your 25 and under is there's gotta be an exception for this. You gotta make an exception for this. It's 26. It needs to be an exception. Just give it some wear. Give it some wear and then it has less power. You could be like, I made the rules and I say that this is 25 or less. That's marketing hype. There's no room for it. You can't hold a cup while you're driving the death mower. The mower of doom. I was like, there's no way you're done. There's no way you're done this field, dude. I think the new map looks nice. I would like to see more of it. I hope to see more of it. I'm depressed they're not streaming any of the sessions at FarmCon because there's a session all about the map. But from what I understand, the sessions will be published on the Community Corner channel of the YouTubes after FarmCon. Carrots, parsnips, and red beets. I mean, I'm not the giantest fan of root crops, but it's not sugarcane, so that's a good thing. Well, but then they said they're streaming FSL. And FSL is at the venue, so yeah. If you can stream FSL, then why can't you stream the sessions? Now, we had a nice theory earlier today, or earlier tonight, that also a lack of translators. I was hearing it was streamed, but so we'll see. I thought I'd heard from Kermit that they were streaming FSL. I don't really have a need to do a headland pass with a contract. I just need to get 95, 96%, right? So we'll see. We'll see what happens, because, you know, if it's streamed or not. But at any rate, we'll get press releases over to Giant's blog page. We'll have videos published after the fact over in the community corner. No different than FarmCon pre-COVID. That is exactly how it was with FarmCon pre-COVID. So it's disappointing. Yes. Is it the end of the world? Absolutely not. It does mean that potentially those creators that are attending FarmCon could provide some information during the event that those of us who cannot travel are not fortunate enough to be able to do. But that is life. Life is never fair. Life is what you make of it. And if you want to make lemonade, go ahead. Or if you want to make, you know, margarita or any other fine adult beverage with lemons, well, do that too. I guess the margarita's got lime in it, maybe. I don't know. I just drink them. I don't know how to make them. Typically I would do headlands. Typically on a fertilizing, I would go around the field and then go up and downs. But again, I don't really care about skipping little corners here and there. On a contract, it's just good enough. FarmCon is at Dutzfar in Germany. I don't know the exact name of the location. We got the here we go. I'll post a link to the blog article. Right there. It says FarmCon is the Dutzfar in the Bavarian town of Longren, Germany. It is right there. See? I mean, there you go. It's in Longren, Germany. And there's the schedule. Hold on. Oh, we went the wrong way. Now I have a English version of the schedule. But basically, we have Welcome to FarmCon. We have 15 years of Farming Simulator presentation. We have a presentation about upcoming projects, I guess, with Giants. We have a presentation on the machines of the premium expansion. We have a lunch break. Then we have modding in Blender. We have the premium expansion, the map, presentation on the map, questions and answer session. And then we have milestones in agriculture. And then we have Baling Battle Royale Final. That's in English. It's nice to see. Then on Sunday, we have Farming Simulator Production Pipeline. It's interesting. That's not in German. Then we have a new third-party mod. Uh-oh. Bad things have happened here. Bad, bad things. Okay. Then we have new third-party mod. We are speculating that is the Creative Mesh Straw Harvest announcement. We have a session on script modding question and answer, and then the FSL finale is also at 10 a.m. on Sunday. This is at a different venue within the Dutzfar area, or the on-site, but in a different location than the FSL final. And that is the FarmCon tomorrow and Sunday. Oh, Jabo! Catch you later. We're about to head out too. We got we'll keep it up for maybe another 10 minutes. Indeed, it is a very expensive weekend trip. I think some folks are going to have an extended stay and make a little bit of a kind of a Germany tour of Germany trip. Okay. One more contract to go. And we're only at 41% of our fertilizer. We are now $20,000 to the good of where we started before we bought all this fertilizer. So yeah, FarmCon really caters to the European players, but what do you expect? It is basically a European game after all that has a global reach. But it was great to meet up with Kermit and represent Farming Simulator and Giant Software to some degree when we were at PAX East in March. I believe Giants will be coming back to PAX East next year. If I can swing it, I'll be planning on attending PAX East as well next year. So love for anybody that can make it to make it. That's where we met up with Jabo and some fellow creators. Met up with several fans of the game, fans of the channel. All around had a fabulous 3 days. I think Giants might be going to PAX West. That is in September. It's not been announced yet. But it sounds like that might be a possibility. So if you are on the West Coast and could swing a trip to Seattle, that might be a perfect opportunity to meet up with some folks. Alright, catch you later, crosshairs. Let me see our helper working over there on the field. This has allowed us to do come full circle, maybe. We're doing this gameplay about as legit as we could, money-wise. We've not cheated any money in. We started a new farmer mode. I sold all the machinery off and then started buying my own machinery and land. Midwest Con. Well, there used to be a PAX what's it called? PAX South? Maybe it was. There used to be a PAX South that was in Texas. But I don't think they're doing that right this moment. I'm trying to get Giants to go to the National Farm Machine Show in Louisville and represent there. That's still maybe a bit too east for you Flatlander types. Sean, you could just go to the Giants office in Chicago at that point. So how far is Dallas? Is a 10-hour drive? How far is Boston? How far would Boston be, and then how far would Seattle be? Louisville is 13 hours, well then Boston's like 18. I mean, Boston would be probably flight worthy. I think Louisville is like a 6-hour drive for me. Boston was 9. Well, more like 10 to 11. Yeah, depending on how big of a rush I was. The whole trip was a 5-day trip for me. We went up a day early, took a whole day to get there, and took a whole day to get back, and then 3 days there. So you're literally right in the middle of nothing. Is that what you're saying? So when we come back tomorrow, we'll be in April. I'll be planting sorghum. And we might be planting other crops. We'll be planting corn and sorghum come April. We'll probably have some grass work to do come April. I'm thinking about buying some cows with my money, just to get to do something with the hay and straw and grass and silage that I've got. I don't know if it's coming through on the screen, but I swear it looks like there's like haze over there. So directly above the tractor, right? It looks like there's like haze over there, like a low cloud of smog or something above the tractor over there, and then over there around that building. I was also noticing it off in the distance over here, right kind of on the other side of that water tower. Again, it might not come across in the stream well, depending on the size of image you got. So if there was an event in Denver, that would be interesting. Yeah, that's what the geo says. I can plant corn in April. I can plant sorghum in April. And we got 2 fields left to do. So we're going to put sorghum in here. I'll put corn in here. And then we'll be all set. So, I mean, it's a big country, right? It's hard to have an event that is accessible to all regions, right? Or how many events would you have to participate in order to represent all regions? You know, what's the national toy show? Is that in Iowa? The toy show? I think we recommended they look at going to the toy show, where they have those dioramas and stuff. I know they want to do more North American events. I think they are trying to staff the Giants office more in order to be able to support those events domestically. At PAX East, it was Kermit, and then there was a Jenny from Giants corporate. So Jenny from Germany came over to basically assist, and from what I understand, brought some things over for the event. So they're still trying to come up to speed in the Giants Chicago office. And I feel once they are up to speed, right, they'll be attending more and more of these events. But I think that the farming toy show, whatever it's called, Now you can really, now I think you can really see that haze effect over here in 3 locations. And so PAX, East and West, it's pretty obvious, right? It's a gaming convention about gaming. So if you're a gaming developer, right, you'd be remiss if you didn't attend a gaming convention. The toy show, right? You have people interested in farming. You have people interested in farming miniatures. You have people interested in creating realistic dioramas of farming. It is not a very far stretch to think that those same individuals might be interested in playing a game centered around agriculture. Right? And then with respect to the National Farm Machine Show, it's a double opportunity. Opportunity 1. You have brands galore at the show. It is literally a one-stop shop for a marketing team to go around and market your game to brands that may or may not have ever heard of you, that may or may not ultimately want to partner up with you. Two, you have a very, very attentive audience. The National Farm Machine Show is extremely heavily attended. It is double the size, if not triple the size of PAX in square footage, PAX East, and 100%, 3 times as well attended. I kept wondering where the crowds really were for PAX East, and it kind of got crowded on the weekend. Saturday and Sunday were a little crowded compared to Friday. Nothing like the Farm Machine Show as far as bodies in the building. The kids from probably a couple hours away have field trips to attend this thing. Families come to this thing. So there is an attentive audience from the standpoint of kids. There is an attentive audience potential from the standpoint of manufacturers. If you're going to go to the Houston Rodeo, then it's not that far of a stretch to go to the Farm Machine Show. That's my thought. Yeah, definitely hiring event coordinator, hiring staff that can basically travel staff, event staff. But yeah, that's going to do us for tonight, guys. Thank you for coming out, enjoying it. Love the chat, as always. Unless something comes up, we will be back here tomorrow night. And maybe, hopefully, we'll have stuff to talk about from FarmCon. Log information to talk about. If not, we'll just hang out here and do our own thing. And then Sunday afternoon, we're going to be doing an ACC round 2 on our ACC Mayhem Championship. That'll be at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. That'll be a members only live stream. And then Sunday night, we have Sunday night Convoy Night in American Truck Simulator, as we hopefully do some countdowns into Oklahoma. We need to do an official cannonball run as we lead into Oklahoma as well. I don't know what week we're going to do that in. That'll be coming up soon. We're still going to be in the 148 beta, checking that out. So until next time, happy farming.